Alright, so welcome to the tutorial on Google SketchUp and how to access Google SketchUp and working on your prototype for your desk organizer. So first off, we'll look at how to actually access Google SketchUp. So the first thing I'd like you to do is open up your Google Chrome, um, log in through to your school account, and then once you've logged into your school account, it should be symbolized here. What you'll do is you just click the Google Apps button. If you scroll down, you'll see it has SketchUp for Schools. Then you may click on that and then let it load up and do its thing. There are a few things before we start that I need to cover with you, but let's once get this loaded up, we can do our thing afterwards. Okay, so welcome to SketchUp for Schools. Start modeling is what you normally click. If you'd like to take a tour, you can, but obviously I'm going to show you a few steps and tricks before you can get started. So start modeling. One thing I'd actually get you to do though is which button was it? Which button was it? Okay, I'm going to use a trackpad and then click X on that. So to start off, this is your basic screen that you're going to work with, sort of thing. I'm actually going to go to App Settings. Make sure when you go to App Settings, we're working in decibels. So the first thing I like to do is go click on that, click Settings, and make sure you're in decimals. Probably has inches and feet, though in Australia we work in millimeters. Make sure it's in English. You can change the amount of minutes you want between your saves. Device is a trackpad. If you're using a mouse is recommended, but unfortunately at the moment I've only got a trackpad, and that's that. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to open up, I'm going to do something else. I'm going to go SketchUp for Schools. I've downloaded the app. So up the top corner here, it should have download app for device. Click on that, and then you have SketchUp for Schools. It's a lot easier to use is the actual app, though if you don't have access to it, you can always access still. As you can see, it looks exactly the same. Start modeling, and then off we can go. So having a look here, okay, you've got, this is your basic page here, your layout, and you've got your three axes, green, red, and blue. So what makes SketchUp unique is you draw in a 2D scale, but then you can also project it into a 3D, so 2D axis, sorry, and then you can also project it into a 3D axis, and that's where you get that prototyping appeal, which is what we're after. So within this tutorial, I'm going to get you guys to draw up your desk organizer scaffold, your desk organizer, sorry, itself, and then we can also add in a few features with this. So on the left hand side here, you'll see a range of tools which we're going to use throughout this tutorial. You've got the eraser tool, you've got the pointer. So the pointer is obviously when you want to select something. You can search things. Eraser removes things. That's the paint bucket. This is what we color in things with. We have a pen tool or a freehand tool. We have arcs. We have shapes. We have press pulls, offsets. We have moves and orbits and rotates, tape measures. This is the orbit. So the orbit, I can orbit around something. So yeah, we're going to be using a range of these tools. The only way basically you can learn this program is just by obviously giving it a go. Camera position. And then we'll see where we're at. What have I just done? Whoopsies. Let's see where we're at. So there it is there. So yeah, it is a bit confusing at times, trying to get into the correct position. So if you just go exit, then you want to go to go. So it's a bit confusing at the moment, sorry. So I'm just using the trackpad. It's a bit harder to work with a trackpad. As you can see, I'm working upside down. You know what I'm going to probably end up doing? Is probably, yep. Let's just go to new sketch, to be honest. There we go. That looks much better. Okay. So hopefully all of us have this view here. It's a lot easier to use. You might be asking, what's this man here for? This man is just a little size representation. We don't need it. So you just click left click and then just click delete. So yeah, you got the three axes, blue, red, and green. So X, Y, and then what we call Z. Z is what gives you your 3D. So the quickest way, which you can have just fun playing around with this, if you just go square tool, click on your origin. So let's say, there we go. We're going to go from blue. Whoops. Okay, so happy with that. Okay, once it's shaded in, you know it's a closed box. And then if you just go press pull, there we go. You can make yourself your 3D, whatever you like to do, right? On the right-hand side here, you've got how big this thing is. So there, if you want to measure it, what we can do, we can go tape measure. I can say from that point there to that point there is 4 meters. I think it came up with 4 meters. That point down to there is 963 millimeters. That point there is 1,492. So this is just playing around with it. We can cut holes through this. The way we cut holes, pick a circle tool on its face. So it's on the blue axis, green axis, red axis. Let's put a side one here. Whoops. Let's just have a circle like that. Press pull tool, sorry. Swipe it through. Whoops. That's a bit funny. That shouldn't have happened. That was I drew in the wrong spot. Apologies. So to redo it, just Command Z. Okay, to redo it. Let's put one here properly. Press pull tool again. Press pull tool. Hopefully this works. There we go. And then what you need to do is once you push that, you can push that all the way along. But then what I would like you to do is orbit to the other side. And then what you do is, so see when it's got that color of the circle when it says on face, you click on face and then you can actually see straight through. That's just one of the tools that you can use. What I'm going to do, let's just start again. It's probably easier. Let's just go to new, don't save. All right, delete the man. So let's start. I'm just going to have a really simple design to start with. Obviously, your teacher will then guide you into what else you can do and how much or how creative your design can be. I'm just going to go with a very, very simple design. And then obviously you take that and obviously I'd hope you would go further. So I'm going to go with just the line tool, though the first thing I'd like you to do is use the orbit tool, and I want you to look directly down this axis. So what that means is I want you to click in the center and I want you to orbit around till, there we go. And then you're going to select the pan tool. I want you to do that, and I want you to orbit around again. Been very frustrating with me. There we go. Okay. So we're looking directly on the axis. So what you're going to do is you're going to do the line tool. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to start roughly here. Let's see how this goes. I'm going to have the first piece there. I'm going to have another piece going up there. Another piece going across there. Okay, there's going to be a mistake here, and I'll show you why there's going to be a mistake here. Okay, so that looks roughly like a side view. I can put my iPad there. I can put my books over here. I can probably put some pencils down the middle. Let's see how this looks. This looks like it's on a 2D axis, but then when I scroll up, look at this. Okay, this is perfect mistake, which SketchUp always tends to make. It draws it on so many different axes that Okay, this is the mistake that every single one of us make when using it. It all looks good in, I can't even get that original view that I was in. But, okay, it just looks like a bit of a mess at the moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go exit. I'm going to get the eraser tool and I'm going to go there, delete all these. This is exactly what I wanted for you to see is this feature. So to fix that, you need to make sure you're looking straight down the axes like I've just done now. Try it again. See how you go. So start a little bit higher than your origin. Okay, I'm going to come across there. I'm going to come up there. Come across there. I'm going to come down there. I'm going to come across there. I'm going to come up there. And I'm going to come across. Whoops. Bit easier if you're zoomed in as well. Let me tell you now, because you don't get that many snaps as it snaps around. Let's see. Orbit. Let's see if I'm all on the same axes, which that's exactly what I want to see. So when I look down the barrel, it's all nice and flat. So that's exactly what I want to see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in on that. Oops. Zooming in on that. Need to move across, please. All right, so the next thing I need you to do is exit that. I need to make this thing an enclosed shape so then I can protrude it backwards. So the way that's going to work is you're going to select the line tool again. This is where it gets a bit difficult. As carefully as you can, I'm going to click the end point, and I want you to come straight across. I want you to come down and try to get it so it's parallel with those lines. So what that means is it's never going to touch the lines. So as carefully as you can. Cancel that. So see how it does get it is very tedious. Very, very tedious using this program. So we're going to come across. You're going to come up. So making sure you keep parallel with those lines. Then you'll notice as well is when we close it off, it changes color. Perfect. That's what we wanted to see. Something like that. So that's going to be my design. Let's orbit to the side here. Now we're going to make this thing 3D. So the way we can do that, once again, we know how to do that from just previous before. Actually, what you might want to do, let me try this actually. If I use the offset tool, ooh, I got an idea. Try this. Let me try this actually. If I click that, if I then erase this one. Oh no, it won't let me. Oh, it does let me. So I'm going to erase this one, this one, this one, this one. Oops. This one, this one, this one. These two. These two. This one and this one. So what you can do, and this one. Oops, and this one. There we go. That looks better. Now what you can do is using your line tool, snap across there like that. Get your eraser. Hope this works. Snap across there like this. Perfect, it worked. So what I've done is I made it an exact replica. If it's not erasing, what you need to do is zoom in, eraser, Zoom back out. Zoom back out. Come on. Come on. Damn. Okay, let's make this 3D now. So the way we're going to do that, press pull tool, click on it so it goes those colored boxes, and then obviously you can pull it out any distance that you like. That's roughly it there. Okay, so that's going to be the rough shape of my desk organizer. Let's orbit around it. Okay, orbit around it. So up across the top here, I'm going to have some holes. So let's put some holes in it. From the previous little quick video, which I showed you, we're going to put a couple of holes in, sorry. You can obviously, I would like you to evenly space these out. As neat as you can make them. The same size. So the way you can do that actually, I should have done it properly. So the way you're going to make them the same size is by using your dimension tool on the bottom right hand corner of your drawing. You're going to go back to here, you're going to go round, then you're going to go, so on the bottom right hand here, see how it says radius? Let's make it 300. And then you're going to go 300. And it starts to automatically find the exact same size, 300. Now let's put a hole. Let's go straight through. Once again, using the press pull tool, you have to go scroll, push it down, look towards the bottom of the drawing, click again, and then once it's, no, it's a pain. So push that, push it down. No, I don't want midpoint. I want go underneath there like that. And then once it says like that, on face, you can click on face and it's cut straight through. There we go. You can also put your name in it. So the way you do that is, I'm going to just put Mr. Pace. Pick whatever font you want. I don't mind. Blah, blah, blah. Regular. Let's see what we get. Mr. Pace. If you want it bigger than that, we can do that. If you want it bigger, come on, work with me here, please. Come on. As you can see with a mouse, it's so much easier. Nope. Let's leave it like that for now. I'm not a fan of it, to be honest. Too small for me. So I'm trying to delete it and it won't let me delete even now. Always when you try to do things, it doesn't let you. We'll leave it for now. Okay, so you can add your name. Obviously make it a little bit bigger than what I made it. Mine was too small, but it's glued to the actual drawing. What I'd like you to do as well is color it. So the way you can do that, paint bucket, pick a color you like, and you can start coloring all the surfaces. Remember, it's always one solid color, please. So this is a start little tutorial video on how to use SketchUp. Your teacher will obviously give you some time to keep working through it. Obviously, the more you use it, the better you're going to get. But you can always use this for a little tutorial on testing designs or on working with sort of prototypes and what things are going to look like and how you can do things. I've seen a few students in the past, what they'll do is they'll do a design like this, where they'll go square, they'll cut the square out of this, press pull that, press pull that, and then what they do is, using the rectangle tool, is they make like a little mini shelf. It's a pretty cool design actually. So they make a little mini shelf coming from inside here. So it's actually, they don't actually cut it out, they cut like a sleeve. So then at the back of this, they can make like a shelf if this lets me do it. Come on, please. 2928 by, let's say, 50. There we go. Now let me press pull this. Is it going to let me? No, it's not going to let me. It's too small. Then they'll make a shelf. If this lets me zoom in. Guys, please use a mouse when you're doing this, okay? It's so much easier. Press pull this all the way across. Okay. Press pull this. Oh, what am I doing, guys? Okay. Let me keep press pulling this across. And they make like a little mini shelf. So what they've done is they've cut this out, they fold this down, so the same distance from up here, from here to here is the same distance obviously across there to there. So yeah, have a go. If you don't want to start by doing your desk organizer straight away, start by maybe making a few other shapes. Make like a set of stairs. That's always a good way to start. Start by making a set of stairs, or start by making just some very basic shapes, just by getting used to all these tools. These tools on the right hand side here, you notice I haven't used them. These are more tools for extra components, or if we're adding things or anything like that. Though, quick tips that you need to make sure that you're working on is make sure that you're working on the axes. So you're working on blue and red axes to draw your 2D shape, and then to make it 3D you work on your green axes. And remember to do that, what we did is we used our orbit tool right at the start, and we came around and we made sure that we were looking at the drawing, so it's right down the barrel. So we're looking right down the barrel of the drawing. Let me see. To save it, like I said, it should save automatically. You save it automatically to your drive. Name it whatever you like, obviously. Then you can take your screenshot and place it into your portfolio. Export, you can export it as a those types of things. So this is what you can send it to the 3D printer, an OBJ file, and you can 3D print it. You can download a PNG file or an STL file. So yeah, plenty of tools that you can work with. Give it a go, see how you like it, and let me know how you go. So thanks, guys.